Welcome back to the weekly news roundup. These are recorded live Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you want to catch the show live. Today we are doing Smart Tech and SillyVille. And it'll be a fun show, a very fun show if you want to catch it live or just catch these guys here. All right, first, Google and Intel warn of a high-severity Bluetooth security bug in Linux. There were some reports that the Linux kernel 5.9 resolves this, but apparently it does not. Like many Bluetooth issues, it's not a huge deal, particularly if you keep Bluetooth off, which you should, and you're not in close proximity to the hacker. But if you're hanging out at your Starbucks with your Apple computer floating around there, right? And then you're sipping on your latte with your Bluetooth on because you're a normie. Yeah, your phone could possibly get hacked. Of course, if you're in that situation, you have an iPhone and you're not running Linux kernel anyway. But anyway, it is one that can lead to a high escalation, but you really need a lot of close proximity and a lot of time to make it work. So while they are calling it a high severity, it's actually is fairly low risk. Particularly, keep Bluetooth off. In other words, don't be running those contact tracing apps that perpetually want your location and Bluetooth on. They don't sell your Bluetooth, they don't sell your or collect that type of data though. So don't worry about that, guys. Don't worry about that. All right. So moving on, Cruise gets the green light to test fully driverless cars in California. All right, so this is, by the way, the same company that makes the Volt. And with the Volt, this one is actually being looked into by one of the agencies. I forget exactly which agency it is, but they're looking at the one agency because they have a tendency to, explode. That's kind of like the Ford Pinto all over again. GM's like, we want to have the news for the exploding car now. But now the autonomous cars will be running around, and who knows, they might be Chevy Volts. So you're in one of these guys, and the doors are locked because you're driving around, and it's fully self-driving, and it just bursts into flames on you. All right, that's probably not going to happen. But nevertheless, I believe they're testing them in San Francisco, if I remember. It's somewhere in California. Approved to test it. Maybe it's just all public roads in California. Hey, California's a dumpster fire anyway. If a car suddenly bursts into flames, it'll be like, it just drove through a forest, Well, does the car have fire detectors so it knows not to drive down the road that's on fire? That's a very good question. I want to know the answer to that question before I get into one of these self-driving cars. It's going to be driving you right into Mount Doom. It thinks you've got the ring of power, like, let me out. The doors are locked, car's in motion, and the car's going to be out there killing you. But anyway, so out there in California, your Cruise cars are going to be running around the road. I think they will be having some safety drivers. Oh, some will be. Okay. Before the end of the year, we'll be sending out cars onto the streets of San Francisco without gasoline and without anybody at the wheel. Removing the safety driver is the true benchmark of self-driving cars. Great! Well, San Francisco, if you hit anybody, they might be homeless. I don't know. But yeah, we're going to send out cars into busy cities without safety drivers because that will be the real benchmark of self-driving cars. Gotcha. Well, if you Canadians are up there going, yeah, that's fine. Well, up there in Toronto, you guys will have self-driving shuttles early next year. So over here, you got the nice self-driving shuttle. Is this like 6 feet apart for like social distancing? You guys can social distance with your masks, hiding each other in the corners. You can all sit down there in the bottom. But yeah, you get the self-driving shuttles down there in Toronto. Officials in Toronto on Wednesday announced a partnership with Local Motors that will bring its electric self-driving shuttles to the city for a trial run early next year. They won't be turned loose entirely. There will be a safety driver along, but baby steps. Hey, at least we got a safety driver in these. That's a bonus. Get a safety driver. Look at these things. I don't know. Like, this looks like a really good storage vehicle, but I I have very mixed feelings about this. It's like a box with wheels. It almost looks like a little pod. It's kind of like the bus version of the things that they have in Minority Report. Guys, Minority Report's coming to us, apparently. So yeah, there you go. Up there in Toronto, you guys aren't free of it yet either. And finally, in the smart tech, your new Samsung Smart TV. I think they also had said Lenovo. Yeah, the Lenovo Smart Clock. These will now have Google Assistant microphones in them. So your Samsung and Lenovo smart devices not only will have Samsung and Lenovo smart tech, they will also have Google smart tech. So two big tech companies can monitor you at the same time, perpetually listening in to everything that you're doing. I mean, come on, man. So Google Assistant is now available on newer Samsung Smart TVs in the US. The AI helper will be available on Samsung 2020 Smart TV models, including 2020 8K and 4K QLED models, 2020 Crystal HUDs, and 2020 Frame and Serif sets. So the update will be available in the US first and roll out to more countries soon, according to Google. Pressing down the TV remote control mic will activate the assistant, and users will be able to switch channels, open apps, and adjust the TV's volume with voice commands. So let me get this straight. You have a remote. You have to push the button on the remote to tell your TV what to do. Okay, let's just pretend that this phone is a remote. Okay. Is this turn the volume down less convenient than this, which turns the volume down? I do not understand the stupidity of this crap. The smart tech is doing nothing but making us incomparable morons. Literally. It is called smart tech because the use of it drops your IQ so far down that your tech will be smarter than you. I have to push a button to activate a microphone to tell it what I want to do instead of pushing the button that does what I want it to do. We are living in a society of bumbling sheeple. What on earth are we thinking, people? Holy crap. Well, if you want to stimulate your brain with some writing, you can actually use ProWritingAid to help you get your writing done better. Unlike Grammarly, which at one point in time was collecting and using your data, they've since changed. ProWritingAid has always been a privacy-focused company from the beginning. They don't store and collect your data. They don't use it. And you can use my affiliate code there, tlm.li/PWA. You can get 20% off a yearly subscription or a lifetime subscription. You can try it out for a month for free for $20. If you head on over to their website, they do have a variety of free services you can try out as well. Go ahead and use my affiliate link over there, and that'll actually help you getting your writing done. On to the SillyVille. Well, in all of the COVID craziness and all the lockdowns, airports are flying a little less. Well, what do you do with all these giant planes? Well, you turn them into restaurants, of course. So now you can go on the Boeing 747, go into first class cabin, and you get to sit down here, you get a TV, and you get a meal served to you. Like, it's like dinner in a movie. Only you can't have your buddy in there because, yeah, you got to be social distance anywhere. So I guess this is the lonely person's date night. I wonder if they could pull around a curtain for you for adult entertainment. But regardless, yeah, they're basically turning the first class cabins into single individual, single serve dinners. So I guess it's soup for one, right? The most boring place to go for dinner, right? I mean, come on. But anyway, yeah, you can go down there in where was that at again? Singapore Airlines for soup for one, dinner and a movie served in the first class cabin of a grounded airplane. Welcome to COVID land. All right. Well, if you guys like Warcraft and you're not too concerned with the insanity they've done, they have mixed with Blue, the maker of Yeti, to produce the World of Warcraft Edition mic that has an orc filter. Need more lumber. So, you know, or a gnome, or an imp, or a murloc. All right, so you can have a variety of World of Warcraft sounds plugged on into your microphone. So as you're talking, you will be coming out as an orc. Let's see, now with a new special WoW edition, you can use it to make you sound like the garbling murloc, or even the Lich King himself. So there you go, the Lich King filter for your microphone, which I think would be a cool novelty item, but my lands, I am not certain I would actually want to hang out inside of an entire call, be there talking for 2 hours with an orc. I think that might be a little bit too over the top for me, but I don't know. I mean, that's kind of like putting on I do have a funny story though. So sometimes I do my really funny accents, and one time I picked up the phone to a scammer like this. And he must have been first day on his job, because I had him going, and for 45 minutes, I had to keep using this voice to mess with the scammer. And I actually recorded the whole call. And halfway through, a friend of mine came in the door and actually came in and sat down and watched me do an entire 45-minute call with a scammer like this. And I tell you, it was kind of crazy. Now, that voice I can do for 45 minutes straight, but talking like an orc or Yoda or a lot of other things, I'm not sure. That's kind of crazy. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Is this a little over the top? Just novelty edition? For $200 though. That's a fun novelty if you got the money to spare. All right. Of course, we do need to highlight wherever we find Doom running. And so somebody is now running Doom on the Samsung fridge. So here he has it. He's got his Xbox controller here. And he is playing Doom on his refrigerator because, yeah, we definitely need smart refrigerators that can be hacked to run Doom. Why not, right? Let's see what we got here.
Enough's enough.
Okay, can we, like, mute audio?
I saw the memes.
All right, we're just going to go ahead and mute audio there. So you'll hear a little bit there.
Let's go ahead and do this thing right.
There we go. He's got Doom running on the refrigerator, man. I mean, the advantage of running Doom on the refrigerator is, like, in between kills or something, you can just kind of open it up and grab yourself a Coke or something, you know? Why does this player not have audio controls? This is really annoying, actually. Doesn't have anything on it. But anyway, yeah, definitely fascinating. There's Doom running on a Samsung refrigerator. Very convenient for your snack bar. Particularly, like, I guess that the way these are built, the screen is on the refrigerator side, so you can just open it up, grab the ice cream carton out, dig in with a spoon, throw it back in, close it back down, and just kind of do that in between. So very convenient to play your video games on your refrigerator like this. And on to our last story. The U.S. Army is testing augmented reality goggles for dogs. That's all we need. Attack dogs with augmented reality chips in them. Great. So the dogs, it turns out that the dogs for like the attack dogs, you know, it's not like Black Ops where it's just a bunch of dogs. They actually have body armor. They actually do wear goggles. They have these dogs trained to wear goggles. So adding the augmented reality, this is just a step up. You guys remember when they added the augmented reality goggles to the cows? Experimenting if augmented reality can make the cows think that they're in an open field when they're really crammed inside some corporate farm, and testing if that makes them better milk. In other words, is the cow having better milk because his mood is better because he thinks he's in a big open field, or is he having better because he's crammed, you know, not crammed inside of the factory farm? This is really the question. So yes, cows with augmented reality. Now we're doing dogs with augmented reality, where the controller can now put visual cues for the dog as to what to do. And of course, the dog is equipped with a camera, so the dog's controller can see what's going on. So here we have it. We just deploy a whole lot of these augmented reality goggles for dogs into the war zone and just watch the whole enemy just like start busting up laughing over the killer dogs coming with goggles. So yeah, there you have it. Some nice dogs there. What do you guys think? Let me know. Well, if you like the channel and like to help support us, you can head on over to Subscribestar. We have 1, 5, 10, and 25 level support over there. And this will help benefit Switch to Linux, make sure that we can keep on doing what we are doing. So thanks for your support, and we will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching this video from Switched to Linux. This channel would not be possible without the backing of the program supporters scrolling on the screen now. You can be a supporter at Patreon at patreon.com/TOMM or at thinklifemedia.com. I also want to thank the open source community who creates such excellent software that makes producing this show possible. Please remember to support your software communities. Thank you, and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.